Hello, fellow Firefly enthusiasts around the world. I made this movie at the request of Fireflyers International Network and the Pennsylvania Firefly Festival to celebrate the World Firefly Day on July 4th and 5th and Pennsylvania Firefly Festival on June 27th. It is based on a book which is based on my true childhood story, which in turn is abstracted from a painting I made about it. I assembled clips from my longer movie and a stage musical, theatrical, dance drama, both called My Fireflies, to make this version of my story. This year, 2020, has been a strange, if difficult one for many. There was the global COVID-19 pandemic, followed by race riots, and many more. In the midst of disasters, we often look to beauty for hope. And one of the most beautiful things in nature are fireflies. Their lights during summer nights make us dream, and the fact that they fly fill us with wonder. In my childhood, catching fireflies was something I always looked forward to. Sometimes I would put them in a jar and beside my bed. I enjoyed waking up to see how they escape to mix with the stars. Fireflies, or Tonotona as we know them in my native Yoruba Yagba language, are beetles, terrestrial arthropods who possess their own form of chemiluminescence known as bioluminescence. This is the production and emission of light by a living organism. Science tells us that to learn to live in harmony with nature, we must look up to nature for the answers. This may sound like a utopian idea, but like every idea that has advanced the history of civilization, a necessary one. One of such ideas is the use of the substrate luciferin as a source of radiant energy. It comes from fireflies, and as it reacts with oxygen, turns to light with the aid of an enzyme, producing no heat at all. It is a cold and most healthy light there is. Imagine that, a source of light with no greenhouse gas emissions at all. Together with some scientists, I have been researching fireflies and developing such bioluminescence. And today, there might be a working prototype. In collaboration with other artists, I am using dance drama and flash patterns of various kinds of fireflies from around the world to tell this childhood story, from which I learned that having less impact gives us more of the environment. I am convinced that tomorrow it will help illuminate the relationship between human beings and the environment. To begin, I would like to thank the United Nations headquarters in New York for awarding my entry, that is my painting, representing Nigeria among 61 countries, the first place in the United Nations International Arts Competition. This award has opened a lot of doors for me in the international art world. The National Commission for Museums and Monuments in Nigeria, the British Council, and the Embassy of the Royal Netherlands for hosting my first show after the award, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and the chairman of the New York State Council on the Art for specifically introducing my work to a diverse New York City audience. The Smithsonian Museum of Art and the World Bank headquarters in Washington, D.C. for introducing me to audiences in the capital of the United States of America. And then the Scholastic Publishing Company for awarding my Firefly story the grand prize in the Scholastic Kids as Authors Writing Competition, and for publishing Ibiyinka's Fireflies, which became the cornerstone upon which I built my movie and the musical dance drama. In addition to the animation that I made to tell this story, you will see on your screen some selected scenes from the performance of the play that was shown last October at Hebron Center in New York City, and earlier at the Center for Creative Arts, COCA, in St. Louis, Missouri. One day, my dad came to pick me up from school as he usually did and took me to his work with him. Sometimes my mom came to pick me up too, but that usually meant that I had to do the dishes with her. I love my mom, but I wasn't one of those kids that enjoy doing dishes. In any case, my dad told me some stories and I enjoy listening to his stories. As he finished work later that evening and we were going back home in his car, I had spotted a cluster of fireflies on the side of the road. And I said to him, "Daddy, look, fireflies." Not with the intention that he would stop or anything like that. But my dad knew that I loved fireflies. So he stopped the car. And not only did he stop, he reversed it back to the spot where we found the fireflies. And we came out of the car, he opened the trunk and gave me a transparent jar. And then he said I could go ahead and pick as many fireflies as I wanted. That was like heaven to me because not only was my dad allowing me to catch all those fireflies, he was actually helping me to do that in the bush. So I ran all over the bush and the forest and, picking all the fireflies. I was so excited. It was just such a beautiful sight to have all those fireflies lying in the jar.
Fireflies in the night, I like how you light my world. I like how you glow your light in the night. Deep dark night fireflies, you are so fine. You bloom brightly like the flowers. You remind me of the future I've seen. In my dreams, stars of a firmament. I like looking at the night sky to see how you shine so bright in the night. Deep dark night fireflies in my jar. You die but you rise again to live for all eternity in this light of the universe as the stars shining above.
After picking all those fireflies, however, later that evening, my dad said I had to let them go before we went back home. I didn't like that part of the story because my intention was to keep them all with me and take them home, actually, and just cherish them throughout the night as I love to do. But he told me something wonderful that I'll never forget. So instead of just telling me that the fireflies will die if I didn't let them go, he said in the middle of the night, fireflies become stars. So if I don't let my fireflies go, I will never see the stars in the sky anymore. That was just so magnificent to me. That was majestic because I kept looking at the stars of the night sky and looking at the jar of fireflies in my hand. They both twinkled and they looked alike. So I believed my father and let my fireflies go. What my father was really trying to teach me that evening was that if I love something tremendously, as I love those fireflies, the best thing is to let them be free and let them go. They will always come back to you to shine like the stars. Like when we lose someone, we never want to lose loved ones, but sometimes in letting them go, they come back to shine in our lives forever, like the stars. And even things that we cherish, like my paintings, for example, they will never get to places if I don't let them go. If, they go to places that I myself might never be to. And the same thing, when we love a woman or when a woman loves a man, that, you have to let them be free. In giving them the freedom, they become greater versions of themselves, like the stars. And parents never want children to go far away, to study, to work, to school. But in letting them go, those children become brighter and bigger stars than the fireflies that they may remain when they are just at home with the parents. And sometimes, in a special way, making stars out of your fireflies might be in what you give, in giving to help somebody out, a friend, a child, a family member, or just somebody that you want them to have a good education. When we give, we build into people and they grow to become bigger. We might just get it back in the bright light that they become.